Well, it's so nice to see you again. It's
Yeah,
been a
it's great to
while.
see you.
Yeah, I remember meeting you for the first time years ago at the Canadian Country Music Awards, and you had so much ambition and dreams, and it's been really nice to see you have things work out for you. And now you've got your own EP coming out.
Yeah,
So
thank you. It's been a journey.
definitely. What has your experience been like though with the competitive nature of this industry?
Oh gosh, the lessons I've learned, especially with traveling to Nashville and being there for parts of the year, it's definitely this thing where yes, there's competition. You can't ignore that, but there's room for everybody. There's so many opportunities in Nashville to just play anywhere, and there's audiences and people everywhere.
Yeah, I guess it's staying true to yourself. Everybody has their own style. You definitely have your own style and ready to show that to the world.
Exactly.
So your debut EP, Don't Ask Me to Dance, explores some personal experiences and emotions of modern day dating across all five
Yeah.
of the songs on it. And you've had some pretty cool writers. That includes Mackenzie Porter and Madeline Merlot, some good Canadian females there. Tell me about these songs.
Yeah, we love those. So I worked with Danik DePel on this record, and we went to through two different rounds of looking for songs. And so once we found the first three songs, which all three of those are on the EP, one of which has released already, It's Hard to Love. That one was released back in August. It was interesting to kind of see both of those rounds for looking for songs that were on two different years, literally. It was just so interesting to see all this come together and be like, oh, they really sound like they go together. And they all tell a story, and each of them are different because one of them is very lovey-dovey. Some of them are very much like, oh, he's a narcissist, and another one's like, oh, I just want to party. Those kinds of. So it's a range of emotions. Let me tell you.
Yeah, definitely. I know Cheap Sunglasses definitely sounds a lot different than Hard to Love.
Exactly. That's what I mean. Like, it's so different. Hard to Love is one of those like sad, poignant songs, but then Cheap Sunglasses is like, nah, roll your window down and put it up really loud because it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, you want that dimension too for your debut EP. Say, make a stance. Here I am.
Pretty much, yeah. And I didn't even know the name of the EP until, oh my goodness, I think it was, I went through all the names of the tracks on there, and then I was like, none of them make sense for an EP other than Don't Ask Me to Dance, because it kind of just sums everything up a little bit, and it kind of fits my personality, and I'm like,
Yeah.
that just sounds right.
That's awesome. Okay, well, you've got this beautiful guitar in your hand. Let's share one of the songs.
Yeah, absolutely. I will be doing Cheap Sunglasses. It's one of my favorites, and it's the first one that will be going to radio.
Driving up 65, got the sun in my eyes, but it ain't gonna blind me. Got the wind in my hair, there's no love in the air, just some heartache behind me. I'm just too scared to try again, so I'm gonna play pretend. That's why I only wear cheap sunglasses. I won't miss them if I lose them. It's safer if I choose them, 'cause you can't break plastic. I just wear for a while till they go out of style. I don't mind if they get scratched, 'cause they look good while they last. It's just time that I'm wasting. It ain't love that I'm chasing. That's why I only wear cheap sunglasses. Ooh. I keep trying them on till the feeling gets strong. They run away and replace them, 'cause I don't trust myself for anyone else. Yeah, that's why I only wear cheap sunglasses. I won't miss them if I lose them. It's safer if I choose them, 'cause you can't break plastic. I just wear for a while till they go out of style. I don't mind if they get scratched, 'cause they look good while they last. It's just time that I'm wasting. It ain't love that I'm chasing. That's why I only wear cheap sunglasses. Ooh. I'm just too scared to try chasing. That's why I only wear cheap sunglasses. Ooh, that's why I only wear cheap sunglasses. Ooh.
Beautiful. Great job,
you.
girl. Wow.
Thank
Great
you.
voice. That really showcases your voice nicely.
Yeah, I think so too.
And I feel like with that song, like you could play it up like different styles too, like a little bit more poppy and upbeat, or like, you know, stripped down here with just an acoustic guitar.
Yeah, I think like an acoustic version of this song would be super, super cool. So definitely something I'm keeping in mind.
Definitely. Speaking of cheap sunglasses, what style is your favorite sunglass style? Never thought I'd be asking anybody that question, but you're gonna put out a song about sunglasses. What's your favorite style of sunglasses?
I should have been prepared and known this beforehand. Oh my goodness. I guess style. I mean, it's not really like brand, but for me, it's kind of like it's really based on face shape. I know there's some sunglasses that don't work for me, like the Ray-Bans aviators. Like they make my face droopy, and I don't know why. Like it's really weird.
They're not my favorite.
I don't know what it is about them, but they do look good on some people for sure.
Yeah.
And so the style that I like to wear, they're like flatter on the top and then they're rounder on the bottom. So I don't know, they just work for me. But you will see that in the music video, I do play around with a couple different styles. So you'll see some heart-shaped ones and all that. So
that's funny. Yeah, I was going to mention here, you did put out a little bit of a teaser for a music video.
Yeah, the story for the music video is ongoing. It's very interesting. It would take me an hour to go through the whole events, but I really have to find a way to just break it down in a nutshell. Really what happened is I rented a Jeep for the video, and on the way back to Nashville from where we actually filmed the music video, which is about an hour and a half, the Jeep broke down and it was like 8 o'clock at night. Hadn't had dinner and I made it home by midnight.
Oh my goodness. That's funny. Make it definitely memorable.
Oh, very, very memorable. I have a bunch of pictures, and my friend and I had to have the county sheriff from Rutherford County drive us to the county line because that's as far as he could take us. And so we were joking the next day. We were like, we got kicked out of the county. Like, what in the world?
Maybe next song title, kicked out of the county.
Pretty much. So I have just a bunch of song ideas from that, and I would be remiss to not recreate it at any point in time in the near future.
For those that are just listening in or didn't catch the beginning of this interview, you're from Montreal. What's the country music scene like in Quebec?
I would say it's very different, but it's also growing so rapidly right now. I prefer to perform in English versus French. And so there's quite a bit of opposition to that in different areas. So when people like Matt Lang came out and all that, like that really helped quite a bit. And so for artists like me and other country artists who are making it, we're like, yay, somebody broke the walls for us or something like that. So
yeah,
when it comes down to country music associations in English and French, I've been able to join the CMAO. Ultimately, places like Nashville is the place to be for country music. So I think it's still necessary to do that step, to go to Nashville and develop yourself there. And whether you choose to come back here and bring everything you've learned back here or move, it's really up to you.
Yeah, I was going to comment too on Matt Lang and now Lydia Sutherland, though she's been in Nashville for a long time. But yeah, it's definitely putting it on the map. Oh, and Lasso.
The festival.
Yeah.
So I've been able to see all those festivals pop up now, and I'm like, oh well. Like,
yeah, it would have been nice a couple years ago.
It would have been great. Whatever. But hey, it's okay. You know, like things happen the way they should, and it's wonderful. So
How long have you been bouncing back and forth?
2 years. So I am ready to make an official move, though. Really, this EP is not the end of a story, because although I've been working on this EP for 2 years, it's not the end of anything at all. It's just so much more coming along, and it's going to be quite a ride.
Would you put a French song on an album?
I probably would do a translation of a song that's already on the album and then put that song on it and just be like, hey, French version. It's not my preferred language to sing in. I think it's a little awkward. Like the way I'll speak in French is not the way I would sing in French. And
do you think in English?
That's a great question. So I've told my friends that the day my own thoughts, the day that turns into English instead of French is the day the transition is complete, because I caught myself talking to myself in English and I'm like, okay.
Really? But did you speak mostly French as a kid?
Yeah, no, I grew up in a French community and everything. Like it's French in the house that we speak. So
how did you learn English?
So I was homeschooled, and all our homeschooling material was in English. All our entertainment, music, movies, all of it was in English. And so it's probably why I think singing in French is weird, because it's never something that was part of my entertainment growing up. You know, even Quebec culture, like comedians and singers other than the top ones, like I'm like, I have no idea, because I was exposed to West Canadian and English, or not English, sorry, American culture. So I have no idea. Like they'll just, like friends of mine are just going to throw out names and I'm like, don't know. I'm sorry.
That's awesome though. Definitely keep it up. Don't lose your French.
Oh, for sure. I mean, it looks bad that I don't know anything comedians or Quebec entertainers really. And I'm like, it looks bad because I grew up here.
Well, thank you so much for hanging out with me. All the best with this new album. Looking forward to seeing you grow more.
Yeah. Thank you so much for having me.